Welcome back to my channel, The Journey to Justice. Let's talk Gannon, the missing child missing from Colorado for over a month. Just a little update. Now, we'll talk about the stepmother, Letitia Stauch. She did another exclusive interview the other day, and apparently it's another story, or it's little bits of the truth that she did not report in the other interviews that she had given, because she said she could not speak about the case. And mostly she was talking about her security, her death threats and things like that. And that she would never ever hurt Gannon in any way, and that she loves him. And so her exclusive interview, and the story has been corrected to relevant that Gannon's stepmother said he did not walk out of the basement door on January the 27th, 2020. He walked down to the basement area after he arrived home in the afternoon, but did not exit through the basement door. Now, the original story, it's been 1 month since, Gannon has been missing, vanished off the face of this earth, mind you, out of his Colorado home. As part of crime online investigations into the disappearance, they have spoken to Letitia T, as we call her, the stepmother of Gannon, and apparently she is the last person to see him alive, or just to have seen him, allegedly. She saw Gannon on January the 27th at some point between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. on the property of their home on the ranch, Larkin Ranch, near Colorado Springs. She also stated that Gannon left to go to a friend's home and never returned. She isn't sure which friend Gannon wanted to see, and none of the boy's friends saw him that day. According to Gannon's father, L, in an interview with the NBC5 in January, how do you protect your children from predators? And that is from Nancy Gray's team. But these kind of stories just keep coming out, don't they? It's never ending. So although Gannon was initially listed as a runaway, which I don't know how that happened, why it happened, but it did, by the El Paso County Sheriff's Office spokesman, Sergeant Deborah Might, said his status quickly changed to endangered and missing due to his age, the weather conditions, and medical needs. Quickly changed. 3 days? Authorities cannot confirm that Gannon left home by himself, but Deborah said that if they thought Gannon had been abducted, they would have already released the information to the public. No one in the neighborhood spotted Gannon leaving his home on the afternoon of the 27th, at least no one that has publicly reported it. That's the key. Yes. Gannon missed school that day, and none of his classmates have seen him since the last day of school, which was the week before. Letitia is aware that she is the centerpiece of speculation and rumor since Gannon's trail appears to end with her. However, she maintains that she is worried about Gannon and has no idea where he could be. She stressed to Crime Online that she has never harmed Gannon and would never put him in harm's way. Something is not right. I am so mad. They have spent all this time and haven't found him. Why? Because they are chasing me. Let's talk about the neighbor's security footage here. The neighbor that lives a few doors down provided some home security footage to Fox 31 Denver that showed Gannon leaving the home with his stepmother in a red Nissan Frontier truck around 10:20 a.m. Drayton reportedly said the security footage was from January the 27th. But this is what he said. But was it actually dated? Or did the Fox News add the dates and time according to what the neighbor said? As we know, he sat there and he was so worried that he spent the whole night searching through every piece of surveillance footage he had. Now, could this be a red flag? My opinion, alleged, because he's so worried that he may have been seen on his footage. Well, just bringing that up, speculation, theories and all that, because as I see it, this man shouldn't be cleared neither, because just because he didn't call the police and say, hey, I got footage, come and look at it yourself. He searched it, and who knows what he did to his video. He cut it, he sliced it, he diced it. We don't know what he did with it. He added dates to it. He could have. He could have, guys. Just putting it out there. Allegedly, he could have done that. And who's to say that he didn't harm him in any way? You know, there's lots of people that abduct predators that live right next door to you and seem like they're really nice people, but they're bad people. Yeah. And he wanted his face on national TV. And that's what a lot of people do. Just saying. Just my opinion. And Letitia returned home in the truck the same day around 2:20 p.m. This is what the neighbor said. He had it that T returned home alone without Gannon. And this is what he said. This is what he said on TV. And he has caused a lot of problems by saying he never see the children. Well, Gannon, mostly, because it's all about Gannon and Letitia. But Letitia has denied the allegations. And here's why. She told the Crime Online that Gannon was with her when she arrived back home and that he exited the truck. He was holding a white bag in his hand. She theorized that the neighbor may have provided the incorrect date of the surveillance footage, since her teen daughter arrived home on the 27th of January at around 4:38 p.m. and parked in the same spot her truck was spotted in on the security footage. We both couldn't have parked there, she said. Something is not right. I even helped my stepdaughter get the bike out of the garage. And then her and my teenage daughter went to the Dollar Tree. My truck was on the road then. So when she says her truck was on the road then, if she said she came home on the 27th, she's saying that she parked her truck on the road. So when her daughter came home, she would then park her car in the driveway. She does not say that when she came home, she moved her truck at any given time. She came home and went into the house. So she's saying that this footage is not on the same day. When we see the video that the neighbor is saying this happened on this day at this time, her truck was on the road and she backed it in and Gannon got in the truck. Who's to say that when she came back that this wasn't a different day? Now, only the police probably may figure this out or have figured it out already, that this may not actually match up with the time and date and day in this. Prematurely, this video was put out there by the neighbor. So guys, could this be so? Could this be true, that the dates and times, everything is not matching up? And this is why the police are not commenting on it? Because they actually may know the truth and are not saying nothing? Yeah. Well, think about it. Could this be possible, that the days are wrong, the times are wrong? We don't actually know, because this video is not very good video, and it could well have happened at a different day, a different time. So we'll just leave it at that right now. She also added that she clearly remembered giving Gannon a white bag to hold on January the 27th in case he puked. She said the little boy had pooped his pants the day prior, which would have been the Sunday, and had been having issues with his stomach. Well, I would say that if your boy had a stomach problem, he had diarrhea, and he didn't feel good, and he feels like he wants to puke, and he has stomach issues, that maybe I would not have taken him on a long drive to these places that she went, to Petco and wherever else she went, in a truck which is bouncing around, bumpy. You're not feeling good, and you are gone for hours. Because if this is true, what she's saying, that she's not in the footage, this is not the footage of what actually happened that day, because she did not back her truck into the garage that day. Well, how long was she gone for? Did she stay how long she had gone that day? How long was she out? Because if she had left her house and went to the Petco, that takes at least 30, 35, 40 minutes to get to. Then she went back to the same Petco around 1 o'clock. So she needed to be out at least a couple of hours then. And then the drive back home, at least 30 minutes or so, give and take. So she was at least gone 3 to 4 hours, if that's the only place that she went. But there's a little bit more story to that day. Another security footage clip aired on Fox 31 Denver showed the red truck parked on the curb in front of her house. Now they're saying another security footage clipped. Right. Remember, I just mentioned that she's saying they got the days mixed up on this footage that was released. It seems like they are separate video footage clips. You get it? Right. Sliced, diced. Yeah. So this raises a flag to the truth of the videos and the dates and times and location of this truck at any given time. I'm just pointing that out there. Think about it. Just go back to what I've just said and go back to this another security footage clip aired by Fox 31 Denver. So, and this time a boy who appeared to be Gannon exited the truck wearing a backpack. Now guys, did you see that one? Did you see that footage? He came out wearing a backpack. Now she did say when she came home she never parked her truck in the driveway that day because her daughter is coming home from school soon or work, wherever she's coming from, and parked her vehicle in the driveway next to the other vehicle, and where her truck was supposedly parked, people saying that he never got out of it. So, and then it goes on. So it's unclear what day that particular footage was captured. But T said it showed her arriving home with Gannon on the 27th of January. This is definitely Monday when we got back, T said. Letitia Stauch said, referring to the clip. Same clothes, and he had a bag in his hand. Something's not right. I have said from day one that I never backed in the driveway when he and I returned that day. Crime Online reached out to Drayton for a comment, but he was not immediately available. Letitia admitted the footage that captured her leaving on the morning of January the 27th was likely correct. She said she did back the truck in the driveway that morning while she let the truck warm up. She added that Gannon dropped one of his electronics as he was getting into the truck, and she picked it up for him. Authorities have not confirmed or denied the accuracy of their surveillance footage. See, guys? That's what I said earlier. There was no date listed on this footage that Drayton, the neighbor, provided to the local media. You get that, guys? I'm just putting it out there. Think about it. Think about it. He told, the neighbor told Fox 31 that something was not right. Now, he's saying something's not right. Wow. They use the same language. With Gannon, adding that the boy looked drugged. See, this is what he said. This is what he said. And people run with it. That the boy looked drugged. He said that. And sluggish as he walked to the truck on January the 27th. See, this is what he said to the news. It was his own opinion, and he put it out there, and a lot of people have run with it, that he could have been drugged. Well, there you go, guys. So it's just his opinion. And releasing this video was a bad mistake of his. He jeopardized this case, I feel, and releasing these videos and saying it was on the day when it was not date timed. It's just his words, his opinion. Now, this neighbor, in my opinion, is a bit sketchy. Now, like I said, you have to watch your neighbors. They're not who they seem to be. Not everybody. There is lots of predators, kidnappers that live right next door to any given one of you. Even me. We don't know who our neighbors are. Especially if you don't know them. And apparently he's not a very good neighbor. He yells at kids a lot. He's not very nice to kids, apparently. That's what I've been told. By neighbors that live there. I saw him come out of the house. This is the neighbor. Get into the truck. Something's not right, he said. She came back, locked her truck. Nobody got out of the truck. And this is what he said. Knowing damn well that there's no known date on these videos, unless the police have them. They may have been made up, sliced together to make it look like that. The truck, the red truck, Tisha Stauch said, the stepmother, said she drove her husband's truck on January the 27th as a way to cut down on mileage on her own vehicle. Well, you know, she's got a rental, I think. She's got a rental. But don't you have unlimited mileage on a rental car? I wouldn't care. There's lots of rental cars that you have unlimited. I mean, that's questionable there. That's questionable, in my opinion. Just saying, that's my opinion. She explained that her car was leased. Oh, it's leased. Sorry, guys. Let me read it all. And she would have to pay a fee or have to buy the car outright if she went over certain miles each month. What? Hold on a minute. That don't make sense. Anybody out there has leased a car before? I've leased a car before. And yes, it's not what mileage you do per month. It's what miles you do per year. Now, if she doesn't travel in that car very much, she only goes to A to B. She's not doing long distances every single day. Traveling long distances every day, like me. If I'm a CNA, I travel, and I would do a lot of miles because I'm going different places. I am not at one job. I go here, I go there. Sometimes my job is an hour drive away. Sometimes it's 20 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. Plus traffic. You're idling in traffic, or whatever the case may be. So it's what you do when it's time to hand in your car, that you've done you're under a certain amount of mileage for that car. But that car is not going to know how many miles you did that month, how many miles you did in 6 months. It's what you did total. You just have to keep it. They know an average person does, say, 12,000 a year. So whatever that car leased is, which probably is, okay, you got to keep it under the standard miles, which may be 12,000, maybe 15,000. We don't know. But more or less probably 12,000 per year. But if she's not using that car, like I said, if she's not using it, you don't have to worry about mileage. And I say, if you are going to worry about mileage because you need your car just because you like going out every single day and you don't want to worry about mileage, don't lease. Just don't lease. Plus, you know, you can, there's lots of stimulations in a lease car. I mean, you got to watch the damage of the car, scratches on the car, all kinds of things you got to worry about a leased car. Now, there's a lot of people that leasing a car is good for business people, very good for business people. And they don't worry about the mileage. They lease cars because they go on long journeys to businesses. They don't worry about mileage on the car because it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. You know, like, I just bring Dog the Bounty Hunter into the Bounty Hunter into this. They lease their trucks, or did in his business. And they go to all kinds of places and they travel long distances. Did they worry about the mileage that they're going to get on these vehicles? No, so that one's a bit questionable on why she used the red truck that day. Because I would have just said, it's my husband's truck. Why do I need to explain why I used the truck that day? or any given day. It's my husband's truck. So why even give an excuse about not using her car? So I'm just saying. And so that's what she said. She's worried about the miles, and she'd have to pay a fee or buy the car outright. That's why she used her husband's car that day. Okay. She also said she needed the room in the back of the truck to bring you sports equipment to play it again sports. Okay, remember in the video, if you have seen it in one of the clips in the video, she is seen walking with a black bag, and we didn't know what was in it, but it turns out like it may have had some used equipment, play it again sports, because she planned on you can exchange stuff at play it again sports if you have them in your local area. Well, this could have been what she was putting in her truck as she walked out, and then she backed the truck up that day on the 27th of January. A sporting goods store that buys and sells new and used sporting goods. She also said she planned to shop for hockey equipment for Gannon, since it was the only sport he showed any interest in. They later went to Castle Rock to find a new bicycle for Elle. So this is what she was doing that day. And she's trying to tell us all, accounting for her hours, because we kind of wanted to know where she'd been. You know, you say you were this long, but where else did you go? Where else did you go? What did you do? Where did you stop? And he was out of town working at that time, she states, which he was. He was in Oklahoma on a military assignment. She also admitted that she left her phone at home that day. On January the 27th, she said that she did not have her phone on her, but said she had an Apple smartwatch on the entire time, which can easily track her whereabouts. But I just got a question there, because unless we're getting mixed up with different days, different times, maybe it was the hike, maybe it was something else. But didn't she say in one of her statements, or what she said, I don't know, she said it on that interview with that news reporter, that she has proof because that Gannon was in the car, because she had taken a picture of him on the phone, because she often does that for Elle. Now, unless Gannon had his phone on him that day, just saying, she could not have taken the photo with her phone that day, because she states that she had left it at home in this exclusive interview that she had just done the other day. She also explained her whereabouts may seem confusing because she took the back roads that morning. So this is why it may have been taking her longer, because she took the back roads, and she probably doesn't know these back roads. And she took them back roads that morning because there had been a wreck on the road that she was going to take. Well, how does she know that? Was she listening to the radio in her truck? How did she know? Did she look up road conditions that day before she took off on her journey? She said at one point she got lost and had to turn around. See? So she's getting her time, the time she was gone, she's giving it out there to where she was at any given time. She also said she took exit 163 off of Highway 105, but did not remember the exact time. When asked why Gannon missed school, yet went out shopping on the same day, T said he stayed out of school mostly because he was embarrassed that he might have an accident in class, since he was dealing with bouts of both diarrhea and constipation. Yeah? Okay, but, I probably wouldn't have took him because he could have a bout of diarrhea any moment, bouncing around in a truck and feeling sick in a truck. When you're not feeling well, you just want to be home laying on the couch in case you got to run to the bathroom at any given time. Because you know how it is, guys. We've all been there. And I sure wouldn't want to be bouncing around in a truck. So maybe she didn't have to go out that day. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't life or death that she went out that day to go to Petco to buy 3 outfits for a dog, go to a sports, play it again, sporting store, buy and sell, return, exchange, whatever they do there, and buy a bike for Al. That wouldn't have been a life or death situation, and that could have waited for another day. Don't you think? I'm just bringing it up, guys. That's my opinion. And she didn't want to leave Gannon at home. He's 11. So I wouldn't have gone. I'd left it for another day. But anyway, she went. She also added Gannon's medication caused him to have stomach issues. And bowel problems. So why are you taking the medication for then if it's doing the opposite? So we don't really know what medication he's on because it's private, but that's what she said. She also said after she returned home on January the 27th, Gannon seemed to be feeling okay. Before he left for a friend's house, he seemed to be okay. So, okay then. He went down to his room. In the basement area afterwards, according to T. So he has his bedroom is in the basement, I guess. Crime Online obtained a copy of her ADT home alarm report that showed activity in the basement and living, I suppose it says living at the same time, but they must mean living area at the same time around 3 p.m. They also said she and Gannon were the only ones in the home aside from the 2 dogs, and which the dogs were in the backyard, guys. The dogs weren't even in the house, so she said. They were in the backyard. So when she got home that day, she let the dogs out. So she must have let the dogs out because she's saying they were not in the home at that time. She added that her 9-year-old stepdaughter arrived home from school around 3:15 p.m. and did not see Gannon. And her daughter, 17-year-old daughter, Harley, reportedly arrived home from work around 4:38 p.m. Well, this is what she says. I don't know if her daughter said that because remember, we'll go back to when T said that Gannon left anywhere between 3 and 4 p.m. because she doesn't know, yet she can say her daughter returned home at 4:38. And minutes later left with the 9-year-old to go to the Dollar General store. She too did not see Gannon, according to Letitia. So her daughter never see Gannon that day, and nor did her sister, his sister, the little 9-year-old girl. And of course we know the search continues for Gannon. They've had over 700 to 800 tips that leads are poured in while this investigation continues. But right now, I think they may have put the search on hold, but are still looking into tips and still investigating. And they are following up on every tip, every lead that comes in. Some tips leads resulted in a search near a southern portion of Douglas County at Palmore Lake. For days, search crews with the FBI, the El Paso Sheriff's Office, and the Douglas County Sheriff's Office were seen shoulder to shoulder sifting through the snow and the mud with their shovels and long poles. It's unclear at this time what, if any, evidence was found during these searches. Meanwhile, Gannon's name has been added to the FBI's National Crime Information Center database. And she also, no one is considered a suspect at this time. No one is considered a suspect at this time. Gannon is described as a white male and stands about 4 foot 9 inches tall and weighs around 90 pounds. He has brown eyes and brown hair and was last seen wearing a blue hooded jacket, jeans, and athletic shoes. And now we put out there, anyone that has any information on Gannon's whereabouts are urged to contact the El Paso Investigations tip line at 719-520-6666 or El Paso County Sheriff's Office 719-390-5555. And of course, you also can call 911 if you see any sightings. You can be anonymous if you wish to do so, guys. So that's a little update on that, a little bit of information. And thank you for stopping by. Please do share. Let's comment about this. Let's have a discussion. Let's have your opinions in the comments. And please like, share, and sub to my channel. And press that notification bell so you can be notified on further updates on other cases, the missing, the lost, sold by DNA, and also any updates on the missing people. And I'll see you in the comments.